Hello, hello, my beautiful soul tribe. Welcome to the channel Ascend with Me Tarot. My name is Dawn. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to do a zodiac reading, okay? We are going to pull, I have all 12 signs in here, so we are going to pull for one of the signs here. Only take it if it resonates. Use your own discernment. You know that. What else? Yeah. Thanks for being here, basically. You know, remember, gender is fluid. I read energy and I speak of energetic situations, but, you know, you've got to put yourself where you go in the situation. If it's your situation, only you can determine that, okay? So hopefully you can get what you need from this reading if it's for you, and let's just go ahead and get started. I'm babbling a lot today. I don't know what's up with me, why I'm in a babbling mood, but we're going to just go ahead and see who we're reading for, which is Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you went ahead and that could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or North Node placement. Scorpio. So we are going to start with Witch's Rune for your overall energy, Scorpio. And then we're going to dig into a reading. Let me go ahead and pray, and then we'll get started. Father God, Holy Spirit, beautiful archangels, ancestors, higher beings, I ask that you please bring forward a message for my Soul Tribe Collective in regards to this energy of around this Scorpio energy. Whatever message you have, I thank you for the opportunity. Archangel Michael, I ask for a white light of divine protection around my energy, the energy of my collective, the energy of this reading. Archangel Raphael, I pray that you please clear and open our heart chakras to your healing energy. Connect us to your healing energy. Thank you, Father, Holy Spirit, archangels. Thank you, Spirit Team. Ask for truth, clarity, healing, confirmation, encouragement, or enlightenment. Amen. All right. So what is the overall energy for Scorpio today? Okay. That looks like the moon, but let's just see what it's talking about in the book. Let me show it to you if you can't see it. I got to get a better camera, but there we go. All right. Let's see what it's speaking about, Scorpio Collective. This could be your energy or the energy of someone that you know, the divine has put on your path that you're currently dealing with. Let me find it here. One second. Bear with me. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it is the moon. All right. So this energy talks about... it's a mysterious rune. It's often associated with secretive energy and the color silver. Some of its meanings could be long-term changing, transitioning from one thing to another. And Scorpio in the tarot, you know, you guys are represented by the death card, which speaks of transitioning, right? It could speak of a slow change. So there's a tide. So it speaks of a tide, the table's turning of some sorts, right? Hidden agendas, secrets being kept, the imagination, feminine energy. It could be speaking of a woman in your life, and it's cyclical motion, good, bad, and bad to good. Okay, so it's basically your energy is speaking of you going through some changes, or the person you're dealing with is going through some changes. I feel like this hasn't been like an overnight change. This has been a process, right? It is speaking of feminine energy, divine feminine energy, right? And so this could be you or someone you're dealing with. Let's just dig in, okay? Let's see what is this situation, this transition. Something from the past, right? Some kind of joy from your past, happiness from the past, possibly, or something becoming illuminated about the past for you, Scorpio, okay? Yeah, could definitely be illumination about the past. The High Priestess energy with the Six of Cups speaks of intuition about your past, possibly. All right, Spirit, let's talk here. Okay, Five of Swords about work. So this could be speaking about something that you've been pouring your energy into, that you were mentally conflicted about how to move forward in regards to. All right. It's changing. There's a change. So this is something you've been working on for a long time, Scorpio. Okay, that you've had a lot of mental battles over, mental conflict in regards to. Um, yeah, something you've been working hard to try to manifest, whether it's a relationship or a career change. I feel like it is a career change for a lot of you guys. It could be a business. Some of y'all, it could be a relationship, but Five of Swords also speaks of having a victory. Yeah, you're getting a victory over mental conflict. You're getting a victory over the Five of Pentacles. You're getting clarity about the Five of Pentacles, which is that energy of lacking, that energy of lack of confidence, or feeling like maybe you don't have enough skills or enough resources to accomplish what you're working on. And I feel like Spirit is telling you the tide is like this. You got a lot of fives here, right? So Five of Swords is mental conflict. This is not feeling confident. So this is not feeling. This is not feeling confident. You know, mentally or prepared maybe on what you're working on. Like not feeling like you're prepared for it, but you are. This is feeling like you don't have the resources or maybe the training for something, but you do, because you're right. You're getting clarity. Right? You do have clarity. You do have everything that you need to accomplish what you're working on. Maybe that's what you're realizing, that you're not waiting. It's like you can go ahead and work on whatever this thing is for yourself. You can continue to pour into this, okay? You've already been pouring into this for quite some time, because it was speaking about the past. Something that's made you happy in the past here, that now I feel like you're getting a victory over. It's like you were working on something here in the past, okay, but you didn't have the confidence, but you kept pushing through this. You kept moving forward regardless of the lack of confidence, regardless of maybe even what you were working on manifesting, right? I feel like whatever you've been working on, it hasn't manifested in the way you expected it to manifest, whether it's a relationship or a career. But I feel like it's been taking its time, because it's been a type of trigger for your process. Yeah, for a new beginning for you, okay? The world, a new beginning. So that's part of the process, right? The process, this process of whatever you've been working on manifesting here, the reason why it's taking time to manifest is because it's been the trigger, it's been that catalyst to help you realize the Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles energy that you were holding on to within yourself. It's what was helping you to gain your clarity about the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, that mental conflict, that not feeling prepared, that lack of confidence type energy, or feeling like you didn't have enough resources to accomplish what you want, basically. What have you been working on? What is this Eight of Pentacles? What is the Eight of Pentacles speaking of? King of Swords. Hold on, let me see what Spirit's telling me. Give me one more on the King of Swords, please. Okay, this has to do with letting go of your expectations of I even think of, about yourself, even like letting go of how you perceive yourself, having the confidence to trust in yourself, okay? Trust in your capabilities, okay? King of Swords speaks about it speaks about critical thinking. It speaks about intellect. It speaks about your thoughts of self, even. It speaks about being in your head. Like the King of Swords is a thinker. Okay, they overthink sometimes, and they fail to take action at times because they're stuck in the thinking of something. And I feel like you've put a lot of thought into what you want to work on or how you want to invest in something here. But that overthinking is what puts you in the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. And so I feel like you had your feel of that King of Swords overthinking energy, right? You had your feel of that. Like Spirit lets you kind of burden yourself through this overthinking energy to the point where you had no choice than to, gain clarity and see the truth that only you can let that go, right? Only you can believe in yourself. Only you can take action. There's nothing holding you back from taking action on what you want here except for yourself and maybe this lack of feeling like you could do it is what I'm seeing. But you've let it go. You've let go of overthinking. I do see that. And it could be you not knowing what you wanted to invest in. It could be you not knowing what your purpose or what was gonna, what was your career path that you wanted, right? And so because you wasn't sure, you were just kind of not doing anything for a time. You were just kind of in that energy of thinking, okay? Not taking action though. But something caused you to take action here. Something caused you to face yourself and your overthinking, right? Something made you realize that your overthinking was causing fear and lack within self, and it was kind of holding you back from taking action. Something happened to cause, there was an ending that caused you to have a new beginning. So what was the ending? What was the ending? What ended? What caused the ending here? Yeah, you decided it's like you stopped being stuck. You got tired of being stuck. You got tired of the same old life. You got tired of the same process. You had to choose to come out of that. You did. You took your power back from it. Okay? You had to make a conscious choice to create change in your life. You had to realize that you were stuck, and you were stuck. There was nobody, it wasn't life that was holding you back. It wasn't situations that were holding you back. It was you allowing yourself to be held back because of how you were perceiving life and situations, right? Nobody was holding you back, but you were holding yourself back. And I feel like when you realize that, it was kind of hurt, right? That was like a slap in the face in a way. It was like, wow, I've been sitting here thinking I was being held back from my life, from the way I grew up, or because I didn't have enough this, or I didn't have that training. I didn't, right? It's like you were focusing on all the things you didn't have, and that was kind of stopping you from acting on what your spirit, your intellectual, spiritual side was trying to tell you, okay, of what your actual capabilities are. They're not based on your capabilities were not based on your circumstance or what was missing. Your capabilities, your dreams, your drive comes from what's already within you, what your interests are. It doesn't matter if you got a degree behind it or not. It came down to you deciding, I'm going to go for something here, and I can do this. I'll make it work. I don't know what this is, but take it how it resonates. But what is the world? So you have a new beginning. What is the new beginning for Scorpio looking like? Okay. Eight of Swords speaks of insecurities, right? Speaks of feeling trapped by circumstance. So you're getting a new beginning over that. Let me just clarify that Eight of Swords for this new beginning. Yeah, Two of Wands. This is, being in charge of your path. You being in charge of your path. Not letting your circumstances and what you were lacking in life direct your path. Okay, your insecurities aren't directing your path. All the things you can't do are no longer directing your path. but you've got the world in your hands, and you're consciously choosing to become unstuck. You're conscious. You're more conscious. You're conscious, okay, over your circumstances. Like you're planning, okay? You're planning in a more, yeah, nurturing way. Okay? You're planning, you're being nurturing of yourself. Okay? So, some of you guys, because I do have the Seven of Swords here on the bottom with the Empress was trying to come out. This speaks of being sneaky, or a feminine energy that's been sneaky, or that you've been sneaky. Somebody's sneaky. There's this feminine energy. This, I'm getting mother. I am getting, like, I feel like there's some childhood wounding, and it's around a mother, and just, it's like there's this mother energy that's been in your life that I feel like never followed through, or never really, I don't know. This is tied to why, whatever's going on with this mother energy, this deceitful, it's like you couldn't trust this mother's energy. You didn't, where she was supposed to nurture you, you ended up having to nurture yourself, right? Where she was supposed to encourage you, instead she was discouraging, right? She wasn't very encouraging. She told you all the things you couldn't do, and why you couldn't do this, and why you couldn't accomplish that. And maybe you grew up, kind of, and maybe you grew up in poverty, when it came to material things in life, right? I don't know. There's something around that you realize was something that you have carried forward with you, and you had to take your power back over that, and see the truth of why you were in this lacking mentality, why you felt like there was no capability or victory, in the things that you were investing in. Why did you feel stuck? Why were you feeling insecure? And once you looked at that, you took a serious look at that, you gained clarity, and it is tied to a mother energy, that I just feel like there wasn't much of a trusting bond between you and this mother energy. It's like you had to follow that back, like you had to follow all of this back to that root and it's stemming from this mother energy, okay? And so I feel like you had to take your power back over that, and realize that her path and her beliefs and the things she tried, or that she did instill in you as a child, those things are not your truth, and they don't have to be your truth moving forward, unless you allow them to keep you stuck, unless you allow those things from the past, those lacking energies from the past, feed your insecurities. You can allow those things to feed your insecurities, or you take your power back over those things. You become unstuck. You realize you were stuck, and you realize why you were stuck. What seeded that within you that made you feel like, in what you were working on, like you didn't have the capabilities to really bring it home, because you do. You didn't. So you've gone through some healing, basically, is what I'm seeing. Okay, you've taken your power back over your mind, over your critical thinking, over feeling like you're not capable, or you didn't have enough. You've realized that all of that stems from a bond with your mother from your childhood, okay? And you've gone through the process, and that's that feminine energy, right? This is speaking about, it's involving a feminine energy. So you could be a masculine that I'm speaking to. It doesn't have to be, but I do feel like this is like a masculine energy, who's been healing over childhood wounds around a mother, an empress energy, a mother who was supposed to be this empress energy in their life, supposed to be nurturing and encouraging and fruitful, right? But instead she was the Seven of Swords. And it doesn't mean you don't love your mother. Of course you love her, but you didn't know any better, right? You thought, right? I hope you know, instead she instilled a lot of fear in you as to why, you know, you couldn't accomplish things, or you know, it was like this energy of not having confidence or feeling like you could accomplish anything you set your mind out to, because it's almost like, and I feel like the reason why she did that, it stemmed from her own fear of losing you, fear of, it's not, she loved you, but it was her fear of you going out into the world and then being disappointed in the ways that she was disappointed in the world, because this is a pattern, this is a generational pattern that you're currently breaking free from, and it stems from your mother's side, because I feel like, you know, she was in lacking mentality. She may have grown up in poverty. She may have lacked confidence, right? Or resources. Or maybe she just never had the chance to. She could have been a young mother, and so she never really had the chance to heal herself, right, from her own childhood, and kind of pass this energy on to you. And it was her way of kind of protecting you in a way. She didn't want you to be disappointed by the world. She's the type, she didn't want you to dream too big, because, you know, if you dream too big and you can't fulfill that dream, it's painful. So in a way, that was her loving you by not letting you get a big head, right? Not letting you be disappointed in the way the world was, kind of thing. But really, you know, that was her own fear and her own projection. She kind of projected into your life that kind of kept you stuck in insecurities here. It kept you stuck in that same lacking mentality, that same energy of defeat that she was in. And maybe you, at one time, you looked at her and you realized, like, that, you know, you were blaming her in a way. And so you were thought, well, she's just deceitful, she lied to me, you know, she should have built me up, and she didn't. And you might have had resentment against her for that. But I feel like you've even passed that, and it's not like you resent her anymore. You love your mother. You're healing from it. It's like you're realizing she's also human. You're realizing that this all stems from you know, her childhood, and maybe her parents' childhood, and it's like generational here. So you can forgive her, and you know, you love her, and it's almost like you even feel bad, because maybe she did become a young mother, and so she never had the opportunity to slow down and take a look at this stuff the way that you have been given that opportunity. Okay, I feel like she went from being in her childhood family to kind of rushing into marriage, rushing into having children, and just, you know, trying to just do the best she could to survive life, to you know, give you guys what she thought, you know, she wanted to give y'all what she thought she was lacking in life. And I think one of those things was, you know, not wanting you to be disappointed in life. And so trying to make you, what she perceived as like giving you realistic expectations about life. But it kind of backfired in a way, because what she really was doing was planting these seeds of this lacking mentality, this lacking of confidence energy. But she didn't do that on purpose. At one time you saw her as like a liar and deceitful, and you resented her for not encouraging you, for not telling you you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, right? But I feel like now you're realizing she did the best that she could, and so you're loving her, you're forgiving her, you're breaking free from the generational curse of that energy, because you're realizing that there is no one at fault. There's only awareness that energy is existence in your life. It was existence in her life, right? It was existing, and so it's not about, you know, blaming. Okay, it's about looking at this energy and saying, okay, well, how can how I can break this by choosing different, by perceiving it differently, by instilling it differently in my own children, by being conscious of that energy, and when it rears its ugly head, what is going on in my life whenever I feel a lack of confidence, or when I feel like I don't have enough. What is triggering that within me? And in those moments of triggers, make sure, you know, I face it head on. to become unstuck, so I don't keep passing that on to future generations. You've got the world in your hands. You're making conscious choice. You're planning, and by planning and realizing you can have the world in your hands, that you can create anything you choose to work on. You can, whether it fails or it's a success, there is, right? It doesn't matter if it fails or succeeds. That's not what it's about. It's the accomplishment of stuff, right? It's like you're no longer holding yourself back, overthinking and not taking action out of, oh, I might not succeed, right? You're going for it, whether it's going to fail or it's going to succeed. It's the going for it that matters, that counts. And that, I don't know, that's how you're kind of breaking free from that past energy of the Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles. That's how you're gaining clarity. It does, right? You're taking your power back, and you're going to go for it regardless of if it fails or succeeds. And that's helping you come out of your insecurities too, right? Tell me about Two of Swords. So you're gaining clarity about, yeah, your passion, and so you're taking action, where in the past you didn't take action. You just sat in that energy we talked about before, and it stopped you from taking action. Now you're like, you know what, I'm not going to focus on, am I going to succeed or am I going to fail, am I going to be disappointed or not. It's not about that. I'm going to take action. If I feel drawn and I want to do something, if it's on my mind, right, I'm going to move forward on it. I'm going to take action. Knight of Wands is about taking action. It's the taking action of it that I feel like Spirit is kind of guiding you in right now. Not to let your insecurities hold you back from taking action and hold you kind of stagnant in overthinking. So looking at it in this new way of, whether I fail or I succeed, the fact that I'm taking action towards whatever it may be is a success, right? That's my new beginning. All I have to do is take action and not worry about, is it going to fail or succeed, right? If you worry about something failing before you ever begin, then it's a failure. So it's not about that. It's about the journey of getting to that success, Spirit's saying, right? It's about having the confidence to take action. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ace of Pentacles literally fell in reverse on the Empress, on this mother figure. Okay, I feel like this was your mom. It's like this same thing you're dealing with, you're realizing this was something your mother, this is what held her back from the Ace of Pentacles in her own life. She was afraid to accept failure. And that's why she kind of didn't want to set you up for disappointment, because she felt like she had failed a lot. Because it was the way she was perceiving in this same lacking energy, though. And I feel like that's why Spirit's teaching you to accept and forgive her. I feel like maybe she did do something in the past that caused a betrayal to you, or you felt like it was a betrayal when you were, I'm hearing, a young teen. Your mother, maybe she might have cheated on your family, or she done something here that you took as a deception that you struggled to forgive her with or for, okay? Anyways, what is that? Let me see. What was the Seven of Swords? Okay, some of you guys, it's about a child. So when I say she was a young mother, I feel like she may have been like a teen mother and lost a child, and you may have found this out later and didn't even know that she had been carrying this burden for this whole time. And so you didn't realize, like, she was keeping something from you, yes, and it is about something from her as a young woman. Something that was a huge disappointment in her life, and I do feel like it was like, either she may have had to give a child up for adoption, or maybe she lost a child, and this was before you. I don't think she ever told you about this. You never talked about it. You may have found this out later as an adult, right? I think that had a huge impact on how she invested in you moving forward even. Okay? And so you may have even, I don't know. And so you may have like been resentful of her tactics, not understanding the root of even her pain. But now God is like revealing the trail of this pain, right? God's leading you back to the root of this pain, not just for you, but for her too. Okay? So that you can have a clearer understanding, and hopefully be able to move through this with that forgiveness in your heart, that acceptance in your heart, so that you can have a true new beginning for yourself, and for your babies, right? Your children moving forward. If you don't have children, it's just, clearing this up for your lineage, this energy. Okay? Some of you guys are newly married. I'm hearing some of you guys are newly married, and you don't want to affect this, right? You don't want this to affect, your family moving forward. So you've been thinking about this a lot, okay? Maybe that's what, either you're newly married or you just had a new baby yourself, okay? Something new just happened in your life that is triggering you to kind of dig into this, right? It's what's helping you to face this, to let it go and move to peace. Six of Swords is about seeing a truth and letting something go so that you can move forward in a more peaceful way, more calm in yourself, right? So whatever this is, it's what's triggering you to look at this past and look at the root as to why you've been carrying these energies around. And so you've been working on it. You've been doing it. You've been gaining your clarity and taking action. You're not going to let, fear stop you from taking action. Maybe in the past you did. And it does come from like your mom, she may have tried to like coddle you or protect you from the world, but it kind of backfired is what I'm seeing. Right? And you didn't see it as protection. You didn't perceive it that way. But from her perception, it's like that was what she was trying to accomplish, was to protect you from like the harsh, cold world, And so she may have been hard on you. She may not have been as loving. She may not have been that type that told you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. She's more, I feel like she's like this more realistic type energy, more of, I'd rather be the one to prepare him or her for pain or hurt of the world, for reality of the world, but it was to her perception, the world that she was used to perceiving, right? So yeah, she lost something. Two of Cups in reverse, Ace of Coins in reverse, and it keeps falling on this Empress, right? Your mom lost the love of her life, whether it's a child. Maybe she lost a child and a lover all at the same time, okay? This had a big effect on her. And she just pushed through. She just, she may not, you may or may not have known about this. I don't think you knew about this till later in life. But she told herself, I need to be strong. I need to push through. This was like something very traumatic that happened on her path that I don't think, you were aware of for a while. And so she wanted you to be strong. It's like this thing affected her in how she was trying to build strength in you. Okay? Yeah, she kept this secret. She kept this secret from you. This, and it is about a child and some type of loss or deception. Somebody may have taken something from her here. It could have been her own parents. Maybe they made her, have an abortion and not be with whoever her Two of Cups was. I feel like she was young. And this one event, this thing right here, the loss of this, Two of Cups, Ace of Coins in reverse, it literally outlined the whole rest of her life, which then affected you. And so you're having to, come to terms with this. I'm getting, right? You are. I feel like, you and your mom are having a conversation, or maybe you already had this conversation and she revealed this information to you and it just made things make sense. Okay? it's like things started making sense when she revealed this, and then it's like you started seeing her as a human and understanding more, and that gave you more understanding of yourself, which helped you to release this energy. And now you've gotten this clarity, you feel more confident in taking action in your own life. What are you taking action on, Knight of Wands? What are you taking action on? What are you taking action in regards to? Page of Swords speaks of information, studies. It speaks of children. It does speak of lies. Maybe what you're deciding is you're not going to lie to your children. You're not going to try to protect your children in that way from the world. You're gonna let your children experience the world as they need to experience it, as their life dictates. You're not gonna. You're right. It's like you're deciding to do something differently with your own children here, right? You're gonna let them kind of, even from an early age, I'm seeing like you've decided the way that you're going to take action and deal with your children is going to be more of a let them kind of learn, as right. It's like you're not going to try to instill in them the way the world looks or should be. You're going to allow them to make mistakes and figure it out. You're going to encourage them that even if they make a mistake, they can accomplish anything, right? It's like you're not gonna parent your children out of fear, right? You're gonna let them have, and it's like you're gonna let your children make informed decisions. But in order to make an informed decision, you first have to get the information, and the way that you get the information sometimes is by making mistakes, by going for something, even if you're afraid of it, even if you're gonna fail, by still going for it, right? And so that's kind of what I'm getting you are doing. Yeah, you're gonna let your children, explore their own desires. Okay, to be confident and independent. So maybe with your mother, because of the loss of this child that she experienced in the past, she could have created a codependent relationship with you, right? Or I'm not saying, it's like it's almost like she inadvertently made you codependent on her, but because she was codependent on you because of that fear of something happening to you, that fear of you being disappointed or hurt or lost. So it's like you're changing the dynamics of that by allowing your children to grow through their experience, to feel like they can be independent and confident. Okay, is what I'm seeing here. To let them follow their desires and not focus on the success or the failure, but let them focus on the experience of figuring out is what they desire actually what they desire or not. Figuring out how to be successful and what does it look like to fail. Just allowing them to experience life so they can make informed decisions through experience. Waiting. Maybe you're waiting on a child to be born right now, and this is what you've been thinking about, how you want to parent your child, okay? This is what I'm picking up. Tell me, what is the Three of Wands? Something about waiting on something here. Conflict, but in reverse. Somebody's been waiting on releasing some type of conflict here to have a child, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you I don't know what I'm getting here. I mean, I do, but somebody has been waiting to release a conflict. And that's what's transitioning, this conflict. This could be speaking about between you and your mom. Maybe you're having a child, and that's what's helping you release this conflict. That I feel like you may have been holding on to, that was keeping you stuck, that you realized was just feeding your insecurities. You're letting that all come to an end, and I do feel like it's tied to either you having a marriage or a new child here. It's like really helping you to see through your mother's eyes in a way, to have an understanding. And whatever this is that she's lost here, I don't know if you know about this yet, or maybe you recently found out, but when you find this out, it's like you are going to have one of the most honest conversations you probably ever had with your mother. Okay, and it's gonna help you have a compassion for her. Okay, there's some type of news or conversation that you're receiving about something she experienced in her past that was very traumatic, and it has to do with the loss of a relationship or of a child or of both. Okay, so you're taking action, you're making informed decisions, you're going to allow your children to make informed decisions. You've been waiting for a long time to release some type of conflict that you've been holding within yourself, because this conflict is another 5. You got 5, 5, 5. But this conflict that you were holding on to was only feeding the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles energy. And so when you release the conflict that you were holding on to, right, that's what's going to help you gain victory over your mental conflict and your emotional conflict. And this is what you've been working on. You've been thinking about this a lot. You're coming at it from a mature, logical way. Right? That's what's helping you heal. Yeah, and this is what's bringing in balance and justice for you and your children to come, and for your mother, for example, right? This is bringing in balance and fairness and justice. All right, so yeah, only take what resonates. This may or may not be your story. I'm tapping into somebody here, but let's go ahead and read you a chakra card on more about this healing, because you're definitely healing. You're definitely gaining some awareness right now. You're putting the work in. Yeah, you're taking your power back. Inner harmony. And you got 2 solar plexus cards here. Solar plexus is all about personal power, self-discipline, right? This is speaking about how you're thinking about how you're going to take action with your own children. And then it's helping you to be more compassionate with your mother and your past, okay? Selflessness. So let's read it. It says, inner harmony. I trust my innate wisdom and respond accordingly. I do not allow my mind, that overthinking, right, create doubt or to override my strong gut feelings. I accept and express my feelings while accepting the feelings of others. That's this mother energy. I am at peace with myself and those around me, and I do not harbor unrealistic expectations of myself or others. I release the need to control others. Maybe your mother was very controlling, right? But it was her form of trying to protect you. My personal power is free from ego and from the desire to manipulate or exploit situations or people. Your mother, she used to do that, but, it was her own codependent energy that caused her to make you feel like you were manipulated or exploited to do things her way, right? It says the foundation of all my thoughts and actions is trust in myself, which is the whole thing that I feel like you've been taught, right? Trusting in yourself, the confidence. Your mother, she didn't mean to feed that mistrust of self within you. She really thought she was protecting you. She really was, the way she was parenting you, she didn't want to set you up for disappointment. She wanted to protect you, and that was the way she was loving you. But to you, on the other end of it, it didn't feel like love. It felt like control. It felt like manipulation. It felt like codependency. It felt like deceit, right? And then you've got self-discipline. My self-discipline and willpower will significantly help me in my efforts to move forward and grow. I am free of the need for the approval of others. You don't need mama's approval, right? Or anybody else's approval. I face each challenge with determination and courage, and I am determined to live my life to its fullest potential. I am strong and capable. My actions speak louder than my words. So you're growing, and Spirit is saying you are learning, you are strong, you are capable. You can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. And then this last one speaks of selflessness. I am kind to all, even your mother, who you've been holding on to past resentment, right? You've had to realize to be kind and to see through her eyes, to be compassionate, right? But it says, I am kind to all. I am aware that everything I do or say affects others. I will help those who seek it, and I will seek out ways to be of service. I develop an attitude of looking for ways to help others instead of always waiting to be asked. Everything I do from a spiritual perspective, and I put my heart into it. Okay, so by you coming to terms with all of this and healing yourself and forgiving your mother, okay, you are helping her heal from something that you had nothing to do with, right? This Two of Cups, Ace of Coins. This is the root of your mother's pain became the root of your pain. And that's how generational curses and I don't even want to call it a curse, but that's how, you know, that energy spreads through generations, right? Pain and things, okay? I want one on your mom's pain. Let's talk about mom's pain real quick. The Two of Cups, Ace of Coins. What do you want to say about that situation, please, Spirit? Oneness and unity. So realizing that you know, your mother is human, okay, is going to help you, right? Because she definitely went through something that, I mean, was so hard that she held on to it for a long time, unable to even like express it. And so it was very painful and traumatic for her. I am seeing that. But for you to help your mother, it's all about this oneness and unity. Another solar plexus, you taking your power back is helping her to take her power back from this pain of her own. But it says, I accept the oneness of all life, and I know I am one with all others on this journey. I support them and let them support me. I am brave and not afraid to ask for assistance, because I feel like your mom was the opposite of what I'm reading here, right? She didn't feel like she could ask for assistance, because when she had asked for assistance in the past, she faced something triggering, some pain, some deceit, some thief or something here, and she lost this. So you're going to do the opposite, and that's who you are. This is what, I mean, this is how you do, right? You do support and let others support you. You are brave, and you're not afraid to ask for help. I allow myself to empathize and sympathize with others, and I choose to see the love in and all around me. I see everything as part of my own life, and I accept others for who they are. I find common ground with others rather than differences, as this brings harmony into my life and into theirs. All right, so this reading is all about making peace with this Empress energy. I do feel like it's a mother energy for you, okay? I do. Right? It's about focusing on the human experience of her, the human experience of you, you know, allowing y'all to focus on the sameness of y'all were both, this energy was in both of you guys, and it stems from past pain. It's generational lineage type stuff, so there is no one person to blame here. It's, you know, all you can do is take your power back over that energy and not let it continue to feed the insecurities of the generations to come. All right. So yeah, anyways, only take it if it resonates, and take what you can from it. I love you guys so very much. Thanks for being here. Please like, share, or subscribe, and yeah, be blessed.